Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to our Jurassic World Evolution 2 mod spotlight series. A really cool one today. We're going to check out 6 new species or cosmetic variants for our existing species, and then a huge update to one of the coolest mods we've ever showcased on the channel. You got a little glimpse of that over there in the top right hand of your screen. But before we dig into that, a very quick disclaimer. As per usual, mods can possibly cause some damage to your game. They can break save files, all that lovely stuff. As I've said, you should be pretty okay for a little while now because the game has just updated. We're not expecting anything for a few months. It's a really good time to mess around with mods if you're that way inclined, but just be aware that mods aren't officially endorsed, and if they do break your game, it's not my fault, it's not the mod maker's fault, and most importantly, it's not Frontier's fault. Noah's mod is today, he's just off liberally applying just gallons and gallons of sunblock to his body in preparation for this holiday. Which I guess I'm already on. Right, so as I say, 6 species to check out today. We're going to kick things off with our terrestrial animals and a cosmetic variant on the Giganotosaurus. Someone's getting beamed up in the distance there. So this is a really fantastic looking cosmetic variant for the Giga by Master Do. And by cosmetic variant, I mean it's a whole new body type kind of thing. So you've got your original Jurassic World Evolution Giga, you've got your Dominion Giga, and now you've got a third one as well. So you can have 3 different styles of Giga in your park at once, thanks to this mod. This is by Master Do, and it's just their version of the Giga, basically. And I've got Gigas over there, apparently. I really like it. It's got a really cool array of colours, really nice patterning there. We've got the, a huge amount of variety. We've got the spikes going down here, and then we've got this sort of dotted effect. You can see a bit of that raised sort of spine in the middle, and then we've got these spikes over there by the head. It feels very much kind of like a halfway between the Evolution version and the slightly more over-the-top Dominion version. We've got this kind of bossing over there on the snout on top of the head, and then this sort of little dewlap kind of thing going down there underneath the chin with a bright burst of colour there. God, really suits these kind of more tame colours as well. In that sort of reddish browns, I think it looks really good. I think it's a really threatening looking Giga. It looks menacing, it looks strong and powerful, but with really cool coloration. A little bit edgy here around the mouth with that sort of, what do you call it, that sort of sound wave sort of pattern style. I love how it splits between the dots and the dots there. Yeah, just a fantastic Giga variant if you wanted to mix things up with your Giganotosaurus. Right, now for some new species. First up we have Anterosaurus. Those light beams at the back really ruin things, don't they? Hey Anteo. So, Anterosaurus by Viral Cyclops and a bunch of other people. This mod has actually been out for quite a while, as has one of the other ones I'm going to show you today, but I didn't showcase it for some reason. This thing has, I believe is this one, has like the most skins in the entire game. If you downloaded all the extra cosmetic packs, there's like 7 files if you wanted them. It's got something like a bajillion different skin combinations. I don't know how many it is, but it's in the multiple thousands, let's put it that way. So let's talk about Anterosaurus by Viral Cyclops, the Antaeus lizard. Really rigged well. It's worth pointing out right away. Like it does not look like it's forced on that rig at all. Ooh, a little level there. Really rigged well onto a creature that's very much unlike anything else we have in the game. Anterosaurus, the Antaeus reptile, a large carnivorous synapsid from back when synapsids were cool, when they were varied and balling as opposed to nowadays where we just have mammalian synapsids. A South African creature from the Middle Permian. It grew to about 16 feet in length. This was quite large for the time. Up to 600 kilograms in weight, actually making it the largest terrestrial predator of the era, of the Middle Permian at the very least. An apex predator with adapted teeth and a thick jaw. It would have been able to hunt down sufficiently large prey like Titanosuchids, a group of therapsids from the same time. This thing had a gigantic head, 35 inches wide on the skull, with horn-like bosses at the top, as you can see, and it would have had some sort of down here as well, as you see at the side of the head, just covered in thick, bony bits, basically. The eyes, I think it's the eyes that make it look a little bit weird, but it's a really interesting looking creature. I have to say it's rigged really well despite the very strange posture, you know, it would have adapted. This is a creature unlike any we really have in the game. And has really, really varied skins, tons of skin choices out there. Definitely worth downloading all the variants and having a look. It looks a little cartoony. I think it's the eyes mainly, maybe the texture on the bossing, but it's a really interesting creature at the very least, and especially when you're seeing it from here, I think it looks really cool. It's just when you get a little closer, it looks a little cartoony, but from here, really varied, really interesting, really unique, and I love seeing that in my mods. You get out of the way. Right, third and final for our terrestrial creatures. Now, this mod has been out for a while. I don't know why I haven't showcased it. This is Rapator by Master Doot, who does some of the very best work out there. This has just been updated for the new patch, of course, for the post-marine species world. Let's check it out. I don't think I've showcased before. It doesn't say I have on the Nexus anyway, but this is Rapator by Master Doot, a really cool, colourful theropod. Really, I think we'll go with that one while we talk about it. A Cretaceous Australian theropod. This mod, I've already covered that. A unique name, to say the least, Rapator. And a little problematic, actually. The man who named it, Friedrich von Huhn, in 1932, never actually provided a reason for the name. He just said, this is called Rapator, don't ask me any questions, I'm gone. He never provided a reason. And Rapator is a word that doesn't really exist in history per se. You know, it appears very, very lightly. It doesn't appear at all in classical Latin, which is how most dinosaurs are named. It could simply be a misspelling of raptor. You know, Rapator, raptor. It's only one letter difference. There's a little extra A in there. Or, alternatively, it could be derived from the Latin word raptare, which means to plunder. Regardless, specimen details are scant for Rapator, as it's known only from a singular bone. Oh no, it's doing this thing. I don't know why my game keeps doing this thing. it just wants to. I want to look at the left hand. A single bone on the left hand is all that is known for the Rapator. So everything else about this thing is kind of assumed based on, you know, similar dinosaurs. It looks really cool. It's really well made. It's I don't know why I've not covered it before. It's really, I love this variety in scaling down here. This sort of pattern. It's like double. You know, there's like two layers of the same pattern over the top of each other, really varied in colour, really bright colours for quite a large theropod, which I love to see. A little bit of spines at the back. Medium-ish sized theropod as well, which is quite rare in this game. I've been going on about how medium carnivores for a long time, and yeah, really cool addition to that group. So shout out to Master Doot for that. Speaking of Master Doot, we're going to do one more Master Doot mod before the end. Let's check that out now. This is Bacisaurus. Another one that came out a little while ago. I'm kind of, you know, away on holidays. I'm just trying to put this video together and going back through some of the best mods that I've missed for some reason in the past. This is Bacisaurus by Master Doot, the king lizard of Bacisaurus, a predatory whale. Keep that in mind. From the late Eocene, so 30 to 40 million years ago. Not that long ago, I suppose. Bacisaurus was the first prehistoric whale ever discovered. And that's why it's called Bacisaurus in a lot of ways. Basically, when they first discovered it, they thought it was a giant reptile. You know, they thought it was, you know, another Mosasaurid or something like that. They thought it was a giant aquatic reptile. So they called it Bacilosaurus. Saurus, you know, our terrible lizards. When they later realized it was a mammal, they tried to have the name changed, but the rules of naming in zoology are pretty strict. And they usually mean that the first name is the one that sticks. Doesn't matter what you want. You call it whatever it is, and then it's going to stick no matter what. Unless you're Tyrannosaurus Rex, of course. Unlike modern whales, Bacilosaurus had heterodonty, so its teeth that we can sort of see. Are you going to do it? Hey, there we go. Its teeth, you can get a glimpse of them here looking like old man teeth. Basically, it had teeth of different types. If you've got heterodonty, you've got teeth of multiple different types. So like canines, molars, stuff like that. Molars, stuff like that. And that means it was very likely capable of actually chewing its food the way that we would. And this thing was an apex predator, hunting fish, mammals, other whales, you know, stuff like that. This was, at the time, a large, very large at the time, aquatic predator, and would have done a lot of damage. Whales were cooler back then. It's a really interesting looking creature. Again, really well made by Master Doot. As they all are. Really strong counter shading there, broken up by that lovely line of black in there as well. Really long, elongated, sort of sausagey sort of body type. Again, a really unique sort of silhouette. We don't really have anything that looks like this in the game. And those teeny tiny bonus flippers there midway through. Not really doing much, just there for style points. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, really cool little mod. I've said cool too many times today. I'm not going to say it again today. I banned myself. Right, next up, we do have a newer mod. This is Sachika or Sachika? Sachikasaurus? I'm going to go Sachika. Chicasaurus. More terrifying predatory aquatics here with Chicasaurus by Trippy28 or Trippy, I still don't know how you say that name. Chicasaurus is a plesiosaur from the Andes, and it's large for a plesiosaur, measuring up to sort of 36 feet or so in length. This thing was, again, a brutal predator. The strongest carnivore in the mobile game, Dinosaur Mobile World. It's also, I believe, in Path of Titans. To be honest, guys, there isn't really much info on this thing out there. Go take a look at its Wikipedia page. Nothing. It was large. It's an apex predator. It's pretty cool. I really like the modeling on this thing. I don't love the skin, if I'm totally honest. The eyes are terrifying, which I think probably suits it. The skin's just a little bit strong in the coloration. You know, hard black, hard white. I know when I do design, at least, I try to avoid pure black and pure white because it tends to be a little bit off-putting. But a little dash of purple there. It's definitely an interesting looking creature. I really like the modelling. This one, it's like the rusted version of that one. It's definitely seen better days, but it's definitely an interesting looking animal. And if you wanted to mix up your plesiosaurs, really unique body shape, especially here with this torpedo sort of style, rocket sort of style tail there with the fins at the side. It's a really interesting looking creature. It looks a lot like a dog. I don't really know why. I think it might be that upturned front lip area. Definitely a unique creature, definitely one worth checking out. As I should mention, of course, all these mods will be linked down below in the description of the video, so check that out if you want to give some love to the mod makers or indeed download them for yourselves. Our final species mod isn't really a new cosmetic or anything. It's a change to the existing Mosasaurus. It's a bit of a meme mod. Let's check it out. Jesus. Okay, buddy. So, this is the Fallen Kingdom Mosasaurus by Miju 2023. And it does what you'd expect. So, the Mosasaurus, as we know, in Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, it rescales a lot. It's not the same size from film to film, or indeed from scene to scene. It resizes dramatically across Jurassic World itself. But in Fallen Kingdom, the Mosasaurus is absolutely humongous. It's like 50 meters, 60 meters long, something like that. It's gigantic. And that's all this mod does. It resizes the Mosasaurus to its Fallen Kingdom size. And I think you can get a feel for, I mean, that's like a single lagoon there. It takes up about half of a single lagoon. This thing is absolutely gigantic. I'm just going to pause for a sec. And we'll just compare it to a human. There you go. A good feeling for just how large this thing really is. It's absolutely humongous. It's perfect. It's cool. It's gone. And that is the Fallen Kingdom Mosasaurus. If you're doing a Fallen Kingdom themed park or even a Jurassic World park, frankly, and you wanted that to be your big centerpiece, why not have a gigantic Mosasaurus? Right, we're ending with the piece de resistance, as they say in the clubs. And that is Jurassic Rides. Now, we've talked about Jurassic Rides in the past. We showcased the Cretaceous Cruise Tour kind of thing by Sir Zero John, but they've come out with a new update for it, the El Dorado update, and it adds a ton of... It adds a new ride, first of all, with a whole new type of boat, as we'll see in a second, but it also adds a ton of Mayan-themed, you know, the Hunt for El Dorado, Mayan-themed architecture to that you can put in the rest of your park and build like a Mayan-themed park. Sounds like a lot of fun. But also to make your boat ride more interesting. So we've got these sort of Mayan pillars. As you can see, where am I? I'm over here. So we've got these Mayan pillars, these Mayan towers, little statues like this. We've got the big head, which is my favorite part of the mod, the big head. We've got the sun gate. We've got some sort of temples here, like Sun Temple, I think that one's called. I'll give you a better view of that in a second. And then we've got the ride itself. So the new River Rapid ride itself, the building, has this Mayan kind of theme to it. So, yeah, as you can see, things have changed. So we've got this new building. That's how you get onto it. Really, really cool. And then we've got these new boats, these new River Rapid. You know, anyone who's been on a River Rapid ride will recognize this boat. It's called the High Tide. No, I think that's the High Tide marker. Got little Jurassic Park logos on there, little caution things, and everyone's just sitting there, spinning around as you do. You know, you bump off the sides a little bit, and as you go down the rapids, the boat twirls from side to side, and they kind of just bloop, pop into there. I think it's really, really cool. It's the kind of thing I really wish the game had. And you can just put this down on normal water. You can put the track down anywhere and just cover it with water. This is a regular water tool, no brush involved or no, you know, water decoration involved. And, you know, they'll kind of spin a little as they move along, as you can see. I think it's really cool. And you could make, you know, one thing we now need is the ability to make waterfalls and rapids and stuff like that. That would go a long way. But you could make a little hill and maybe put a fountain on it or something like that to pretend. And there we go, it's spinning along. A really cool new attraction for your game. And of course, a ton of new decorations in the meantime. So we've got the Fountain of Youth here. Some young children and some eggs. We've got this sort of Spanish missionary kind of thing, a mission. We've got the El Dorado itself. We've got a couple more temples, really cool stuff here. Again, you could build, imagine using this in like a Quetzalcoatlus habitat or something like that. I think that would suit really nicely. I think Quetzalcoatlus is Aztec rather than Mayan, but that's neither here nor there. And then, so it's all this kind of stuff. We've got a gigantic boat for some reason. I'm not complaining. I love massive decorations like this. It's just so unlike anything we have in the game. It really leans hard into the theming, and I love theming, as people will attest. And then rather randomly, we have some Kenner toys. I'm not sure if that's part of this mod. It's definitely part of this mod, but whether it's part of this update or not, I don't know. But I don't really know why there's a Kenner toy thing, but it looks really good. Like, that's obviously flat, but from the front, it looks pretty 3D, pretty realistic. And if you're going to build like a little store area, why not? I think it's really good. So, yeah, this would all be found in your decorations. Scroll up to over here. You know, it's part of the whole Jurassic Rides package. You've already seen with the river map and stuff like that. But you've got this, the Pyramid of the Lizard King, the Tomb of Yaxku Mo, a Mayan storehouse, I don't believe I put down. That's pretty cool as well. So you can, and El Dorado itself, as I've already said, the Gate of the Sun. You could just put all this stuff down and make like a Mayan temple kind of area, make that into an exhibit. It might be a lot of fun, and of course, use it in your, you could even have the track kind of go through the mission. I think that's really fun. You could do something really, really fun with that. Yeah, so that's the new Jurassic Rides update by Sir Zero John. I say it adds several attractions to the game as well. So you've got your, well, you got that, but you've got your new River Rapid ride, which is this. You've got the balloon ride, which is showcased before, and the Jungle River Cruise. So it adds 3 new tour vehicles to the game, 2 water ones and a balloon ride. I really recommend this mod if you're looking to expand that part of your parks. And that's about it. Cool. 6 new species-ish. 5 new species. 4 new species. 2 cosmetic variants-ish. And a really, really fantastic Jurassic Rides update. Lovely stuff. Now, I don't know what day you folks are seeing this video. Hopefully, you've been having a lovely week. Hopefully, I'm tanning. I'll be back in a few days' time, probably, or whatever. But we should have some content whilst I'm away. Anyways, hope you're all having a lovely week. Throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Go give these mod makers all the love in the world. They absolutely deserve it for doing this for free. You know, giving us 3 new rides for free is madness and a testament to some of the awesome work that modders can do. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.